Hey, all right then. So we are going over a few things. One of them is, regarding watching the detectives. I want you to kind of approach this like an ear training problem. But so it starts with this, and then there's a lot of going between those notes, and then different transitions, like, and then F stuff. And I want you to ear train. It's really out front on the CD actually to try to figure out. So the verses are all going to be some kind of going between those notes right there, and then he's going to go F stuff where he's playing either and go in like and stuff like that. So we're talking about the anyway. The other thing we did this Stevie Ray Vaughan lick adapted for bass. This is something you can only do in good thumb position, and it's intended to be played pretty fast. It's like that pace. But anyway, first thing, so we talk about pentatonic, and let's go ahead and just stop your video and decide that that's the A minor pentatonic, the one where you go. You only know two scales right now. You know the major scale.
Yeah.
Where we talked about putting in flat sevenths today. And that sounds like all in a way that will never sound like, and that's one of the intervals that screams, I'm a rock song, I'm a blues song, I'm a modern song.
Yeah.
Cool, so but anyway, that's middle finger orientation right now we're talking about. I'm doing index plus stuff. So first thing is a blues scale, like a variation you can always throw in from this, is going, and that's our new note right there. Flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a flat 5. So we're adding it up an octave. So it's, that string's the same. Then we get it here. Oh, depending on what we're doing. Cool. So there's your scale. Just go through that real quick. We're going. Nothing interesting yet. And that's 3 and a 4 and a. So. Section 1. And we go where we discovered this thing about you going.
Yeah.
So really, it just goes that you can't like get your index ready. You have to wait to the precise second you hit that.
Yeah.
That's all there's to it. Fortunately, it's not like some more complex technical concept. It's just going, and then so there we're just going down the scale. We do that same again. So it's your second half. So those two together. So I'd get really good at that before the last thing. And the last thing's just like that.
Yeah.
So there's where we that's where we talked about hopping your whole hand up when you go to do this pull off. It was always your instinct to strike twice. And kind of like thinking of pull offs as something that happens to open strings. So just, please just like in your practice, slow down and just do this for me. Like and then the next task is I put my first and third and pinky finger on the bass string. You just put them there in the same order. You move your arm, not your hand. Yeah, like so, dude. I want you to do this right now at this moment in time. Just go from here to here. I'm talking about not even playing, just touching here.
Yeah.
And moving your entire hand up where both fingers are ready. Your pinky and your index are both touching the string in position 2. Yeah, and that's you simulating like what actually needs to be happening.
Yeah.
Going. So there it is. Yeah. See, there it is already. You're striking already rather than doing the pull off without realizing you're doing it. So the point of us even talking about this is doing the pull off. So. Try it or rhythm, whatever. Just go a hell of a lot slower and try to incorporate the thing we're just doing rather than your index makes it at the last second possible. It's already chilling back there when you go to play the C. Yeah, anyway, there we go. So, like I'm saying, you're gonna really have to think about this and like very, very consciously. And again, we're going Step 1, I'm chilling here.
Yeah.
Then both of my fingers move to this string. If you imagine having to play and your index finger going like this is not what's up. It's just chilling there. You can be you're pushing down both fingers, and then you take your pinky off. You know, if you think of that's what a pull off is by definition, right? Like if we were going, we wouldn't be able to. So that's what's up. You know, they're both. You know, it's like it's something we were doing with your hand. And look for other spots to work this in, because it's definitely been your tendency to do strike because of your thumb position. Anyway, so there's that one.
Yeah.
Cool. So about 5 minutes in, 5:35, we did this. So there's our first thing, and we talked about doing a roll through for that.
Yeah.
So I find myself going 1, 2, 1, 1. Then we go. And that's it. I'm just going to E for a second, and then there's a chicka boom dip. We dicka boom dip. So there's that. So just work on that already. If you could not play now, it would be awesome. I know it's cool, whatever. It's totally like a fun thing to want to do. So boom, bing, a doom, wah, dicka doom, ding. And then it goes. So kind of just like a tongue twister song. And there's what we did. There it is. You've been bass lessoned. And so, you know, all this, and also just work on some other riffs on this scale. Just fuck around with it. See if you can't compose a couple bass lines. Just and like we're saying, that's the devil's interval was so ill that we're not allowed to write that in classical music a flat 5 instead of. It's interesting though when you like throw it in, it doesn't sound like ill. It sounds like now we switch to like a jazzier tonality, being like versus just. So the devil's interval now sounds like blues and jazz to us, even though it does sound pretty ill on its own. And we're talking about that as a flat 5, like power chords are an octave and a fifth. So going flat 5, that interval is called a tritone, and I don't know why, but that's what's up. So tritone, that one like that, and super ill. Anyway, there we go. There's a couple good bass lines for you to work on, and let's seriously think of Watching the Detectives as an ear training song. Like I'm saying, it's gonna be all structural leads, shit right here. There's one time he goes like he goes one time, but everything else is like some variation on. But he does a whole bunch of different ones, so I would like you to try to figure them out lick by lick and not just go into, okay, I get it, I'm going to do something like that. It's the actually figure it out challenge.